Well, hello everyone. Welcome into the Loretta McNary Show. Yeah, it's afternoon, so we are the Loretta McNary Show. And today, this evening, we are going to have a great conversation and dive into the heart of music, passion, and purpose. My guest is an extraordinary young man. He's a recording artist whose voice carries both soul and substance. He's been on the show before. Malcom Christopher II is our guest. He has a new single out called Purpose and Pain. And let me tell you, that song is everything. It's a declaration of resilience, healing, and self-discovery. Okay, I won't make you wait any longer. Everybody, welcome to the Loretta McNary Show for the second time. Malcom Christopher II. Hi there.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
It's good to have you back, and you've been busy too.
Yes. I've been busy and I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be here with you.
I know it. I'm so, you know what, you remind me so much of my son. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give him all the grace that he needs because he deserves it. If we had to push back a little, I don't care because guess who's in charge? I am. I know this conversation is going to be great. I want you to relax. And it's like talking to your auntie right now. So let me just start right here. When was the first time in your life that you knew without a shadow of a doubt music wasn't what you do, it is who you are?
I would say probably around the ages of 14, 15. That's when I knew. I knew then that, God's purpose for me doing music was so much bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. I just used to just sing in the choir and lead a few songs at church, and he expanded my thought process as far as what I could do as far as uplifting and encouraging um people that I came in contact with, that I sung and ministered to.
That is so beautiful. Okay, so you wear a lot of hats. And matter of fact, again, like my son, you get off work and you go perform. You're gonna be on a talk show. You're gonna be on a radio program. All because we know this is your life's work. You are a husband. Are you a dad too? I know you're a dad to your students, but do you have children?
Yeah, I have two. I have a 5-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. Hmm.
Awesome. Okay, little ones. What are their names? I'm getting to know
Uh,
you here.
yeah, so my son, his name is Malcolm Christopher III, and then my daughter, her name is August Adair Christopher. And I know you didn't ask about my wife, but that's who they
I
came
am.
from. Simone Sinclair Christopher. That's my beautiful wife, my everything.
Oh, I love that. So, how do they feel about you being all those other titles and you're also a national recording artist?
Um, I would say that they feel as though that they're pretty happy with everything. I would say it's just more so of when is daddy going to be able to um spend time with us, and things of that nature. So with that being said, I would say, doing all these things is a balance, but at the same time, I just know that I keep it in my heart and in my mind that, my priority is always to take care of my family and love them first. And so they're pretty much with me everywhere I go, so.
That is so good. So, you pour a lot of emotion and truth into your music. How do you balance the vulnerability of it and the strength while you're writing or when you're performing? So, when you're writing it, are you seeing it as a performance? What's your writing process?
My writing process is pretty free. Just like how me and you are talking right now, how I feel. Um, I write it all down, and I ask God that as I'm writing it all down to help me to um, place it in a way that people can be encouraged by the things that I go through, and then also just by the things that I just see that is happening on a regular day basis, that I want to make a point and get across to others that, hey, it doesn't have to be done this particular way when you have God fighting for you and riding for you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So your newest single, and I've heard so many great things about it. When you were writing "Purpose and Pain," what were you going through something, or you knew somebody that was going through, and you said, "This is the song I have to write and make it the number one single on the project."
So I know you're saying purpose and pain, but it's called purpose and plan. So I know on the previous interview somebody said purpose and pain too. But as far as purpose and plan, it's literally um a prayer that I was having with God. I asked God around the age of 12, 13. I said, God, you've blessed me with so many different gifts. You blessed me to play basketball. You blessed me to run track, play football. You blessed me to be smart. You blessed me to just be overall a great person. But at the end of the day, God, what is my true purpose for being here on this earth? And I told God, I said, God, the reason why I'm asking you this question is because I just want to be in your will and I don't want to just be in the way. And so, in me asking him that at the age of 12 to 13 years old, um, I would say within a matter of the next 2 or 3 years, he showed me what my purpose is. And so I'm
Mhm.
just sending a message to others out there that um, through seeking God, through keeping Him in the middle of everything that you got going on, um, you will be able to find your purpose. You will be able to see the many things that He has in store for you. And all you got to do is just seek Him and just lean in the pen.
Ooh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So I'm just so curious about the balance of everything. So what's
Mm,
your daily routine when you're leaving work, you go home? Do you sit? I used to sit in my driveway. Now I sit in the garage before I go into the house to transition, right? From even
right.
when I was America Loretta, now I'm Media Loretta. I still have to go in the house and be mom or friend or daughter when I call and check on my mom. So how do you do the different parts of who you are?
So for me, I'm just like a dad every day. I wake up in the morning, I take my kids to school. I go to school and I teach, and I also coach. And then after that, I'm going to pick up my kids and, making sure that they're, taken care of and having a good day, waiting at home for my wife to get off and, seeing how her day is going. And then, if there is any rehearsals or going to the studio or anything like that um, throughout the week or whatever like that. It's already been discussed and talked about with my wife, and then I go handle those things. So, like I said in the beginning, it's pretty much making sure that family is the priority and the goal, and taking care of those things, and then everything that God has blessed me to do. As far as teaching and coaching and then ministry, all of that comes, second to that. And when you do it that way, you find out that God blesses you for taking care of what's important first.
Oh, I love that. That should be one of your next songs. What's important first? I love that. So, have what are some of the in your writing process? What are some of the other? Do you come up with your title first, or you come up with lyrics, or you come up with words? I'm just so fascinated by people who can write. I have a son who's a spoken word artist, and he does it all day long, 24/7, and he just gets inspired by the least little thing. So, what's your writing process?
Well, my writing process, sometimes titles come first, but most of the time it's just pretty much what I'm feeling in that moment, like whatever could be happening in the world, how is that affecting me, or it could be, just whatever that has happened in my day. And maybe, through what has happened, how did I overcome that through the day or through the years or the months or whatever like that. And then from there, it's just a writing. It's just I'm just free writing. Everything that I feel, every emotion that I have, all of that is just, wrote on paper. And then from there, um, I begin to start crafting and putting things together, finding the hook, finding the verse, what should I say first? How should I introduce, you know, um, the actual subject? And then And then the last important thing is, how does this relate to scripture? Going and finding it in scripture. What does God say about purpose and plan? What does God say about um how mighty he is, or I'm flowing in grace, or do it for me? Like these are past songs that I'm naming. But just going with that, and then coming up with the song. And then of course, you got to add the music. The
Mhm.
music, I just have so many influences, not all gospel. And so, my one thing that I always make sure is that it's something that you can just groove to. It's something that when you hear the music, you can feel it. You can feel the drums, you can feel the guitar, all of those different things. Putting all of those combination of things together with the message being about God, that's how you get a song like Purpose in the Plan.
So what I'll do, I'll probably just get you to send me a copy of the video, and I'll plug it in the interview that airs on TV so that people can see. Because I can talk to you a long time and get to know you, but I know people want to say, I want to hear his song, I want to hear his music, and all of that good stuff. So can you do like a line of it? Like I know you're in a space that may not have a good. I won't ask you to do that because okay, I won't ask you to sing, but I will ask you who are your some of the people you collaborate with, and who would you like to perform with in the future?
So, for a collaboration, I have not collaborated with anyone yet, but I have a lot of collaborations that I want to do. I want to get with Pastor Mike Jr. I also want to do something with Kalante Gavin, and I would say my biggest influence, Fred Hammond. I would love to do something with him too as well. So those are the three that's on my wish list to make happen. And I'm believing God that he'll make it come to pass.
I'm pretty sure he will. Have you reached out to Pastor Mike? Oh, that would be so, as he says, so dope. If you and so
Yeah, I mean,
fire.
I reached out in his DMs on many occasions, but I know he's a busy guy, so he probably don't have time to look at my DM. But I've seen him in passing a few times. I've opened up for him a few times, so I'm just praying that one of these days he'll notice little old me, and he can come and bless me on a song.
Oh, please. It'll be mutual. It will be so mutual. I'll tell you, you are very gifted, very talented, and super, super humble. But I know when you're singing, because I watch some of your videos, you are a totally different person on stage and when you're doing praise and worship. So how do you get into that space from being just you're so humble as a dad, a coach, a husband, and all that good stuff. But when you're performing, you are a totally different person.
Right. I just let God use me. That's what it is. I'm humble. I'm chill. I'm cool. When you talk to me as the person, but when it's time to go for it and win souls for God, I just let Him use me. And so whatever emotion, whatever I'm feeling, that's what you're gonna get. I'm not gonna hold back. I don't believe in God holding back on me as for the things that He does in my life. So when I'm trying to win souls for Him, I'm just gonna go 100%, 1,000 miles an hour, and just be loose and just be free. And so that's worship for me. Just letting God just use me.
Mm. You're just so easy to talk to because it is so genuine, right? Your faith is so genuine and it's so out loud at the same time. So, are you a PK, or did you grow up in the church? What has really caused your faith to be so strong?
Well, I'm not a PK. But I did grow up in the church. My entire family, we all sing. And we all at one point we all went to the same church, my home church, St. Paul Baptist Church. And I've been singing in the choir, leading songs, doing like the little Christmas plays and Easter plays. Um, since I was young. And so my faith has just grown because mom and dad has always instilled that in everything that you do, you need God. You're gonna always need him. You can't do anything without them, and everything that you're gifted with comes from them. And so I've just kept those little things that they've taught me, along with my aunt and my grandmother, and it has just allowed me to be who I am today.
Mm. So if somebody were to write a movie or a story book or something about you, what would you like them to lead with? If they didn't want to lead with the faith first, because that's going to be later in the book, what else could they lead with outside of, like, what makes you happy outside of, work, family, and anything else? Something that's just for you. What do you do for just you?
Just for me, is playing basketball.
Okay.
It's playing basketball. I mean, that's one of those places where I'm just totally free. I can just be myself. I can just not worry about anything,
Yeah.
just play. Um, and I'm not just saying that, I can actually play, so I know I know there's a few gospel artists out there, Jermaine Dolly, Jabari Johnson. I know they talk about they can hoop, but I can actually hoop. So with that being said, that's my place of comfort.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I like that so much. So before I let you go, because I know you got a lot to do too, and we got started late, so I got to go. But what's next for you, and where can people find you and purchase your music?
Well, what's next for me? We just shot the music video for Purpose and the Plan. So that should be coming out pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. We are also working on possibly another single coming out at the top of the year. So just keep me in your prayers. But other than that, right now we are rocking with Purpose and the Plan. It's available on all streaming platforms. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all at Malcolm Christopher II. That's Malcolm with one L. And you'll be able to see everything that's going on, my wife, my kids, me coaching, and also, me just doing ministry too as well. So you'll be able to get a lot, see a lot.
Okay. Anything you want to say to somebody who has a talent, but they're struggling because it won't happen as fast as they want it to, or as big as they want it to keep them going? That's the last question.
Yeah. What I would say is, keep God in the center of everything that you do. We all are going to face obstacles. We all are going to have difficulties. But just stay true to just keeping God in the center. When you do that, the doors and the many things that you want God to do, He will make it happen. He's able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we can ever ask or think. And so when you do that, um, everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna work out the way that you want it to. And just remember, he might not come on your time, but when he does come, it's always the right time. It's always on time. So just keep that and just continue to keep trusting and leaning in him, and everything's gonna work out.
All right. So I thank you so much for that. I'm just, again, super proud of you. I can't wait to come see you perform live and all that good stuff. And we will share a video of your performance of Purpose and Plan for our audience to enjoy as well. So thank you, Malcolm, for being such a great guest. And we look forward to seeing your name in the bright lights everywhere we go.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye for now.
All right, have a good one.
Okay. Bye bye. So that was Malcolm Christopher the second. Yes, Malcolm Christopher the third. So, like I said, I will definitely plug in a video so that you can hear the song and see him perform, and then you'll know why I said he's so calm in an interview, but on stage and when he's doing his praise and worship, he is definitely in his zone. And I know you are in your zone too when you're doing your thing. So just don't give up. Never, ever. Quitting is always too soon. It's always too soon to quit. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the Loretta McNary Show. We'll see you soon. Think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way. And guess what? Live like you believe, beloved.